What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video we're going to be talking about a controversial topic, which is a Ripple IPO. In this video I want to talk about whether or not a Ripple IPO will be happening outside the United States, what year it's going to happen, and what needs to happen in terms of the Ripple SEC case for a Ripple IPO to even be possible. Towards the end of the video though, I want to get into some very exciting XRP price movement. Guys, this is exactly what we were waiting for. Everything is playing out perfectly. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see that. I think you guys are really gonna like it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes the videos and is subscribed to the channel. It really helps me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the FLR token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So let's jump into the video, and I want to start off and talk about Ripple IPOing in the United States or outside the United States, and then get into my predictions of when an IPO is going to happen. So guys, first of all, there was some debate on X earlier today talking about whether or not Ripple would IPO in or outside the United States, but in my opinion, there's really no debate whether or not Ripple is going to IPO in the US or not. In my opinion, it is 100% certain Ripple will be IPOing in the United States. The United States is the financial hub of the entire world. It's where you need to IPO. It's where you need to dominate if you want to be one of the most important financial companies in the world. One of the things that Brad Garlinghouse said recently in an interview that really opened my eyes was the fact that after Coinbase went IPO, he said in terms of institutional interest in Coinbase, the company, it went up exponentially. Despite the fact that logically it doesn't really make sense, Brad Garlinghouse made it extremely clear that Coinbase's IPO was some sort of institutional checkmark to get big adoption from mainstream financial system players. Guys, in my eyes, this cannot be ignored. Ripple watched Coinbase go IPO and saw institutional adoption skyrocket. Ripple is going to follow the same playbook. Ripple is going to understand that traditional financial firms in the United States saw Coinbase's IPO as some kind of validation of their business, and I have a feeling Ripple is going to follow the same playbook. Ripple is going to IPO in the United States, make it seem like to all the traditional financial players that Ripple is a legitimate company, and that is going to be exponentially beneficial for their business. The other part of this we need to talk about is the simple fact that the United States markets are the most liquid and drive the highest valuations. It's so important to keep in mind that all the biggest and most important IPOs in the entire world happen in the US because they have the deepest liquid markets. Ripple is going to IPO in the United States. It does not make any sense to IPO anywhere else, but there are some things that are going to have to happen in order for Ripple to IPO. And guys, I'm not going to pretend like these things aren't critical. One of the things that needs to happen for Ripple to IPO is the Ripple SEC case needs to end. There is no way Ripple is going to be IPOing during the Ripple SEC case. I think the Ripple SEC case 100% needs to be over for Ripple to IPO, but luckily, I think we are going to see an end to this case eventually. Now, my bullish case for not seeing an appeal in the Ripple SEC case would be if we had a new administration. If Gary Gensler's kicked out of the SEC because we no longer see the current administration in charge, then I think it's highly likely that the entire cryptocurrency environment in the United States via the SEC is going to look completely different. If we have a different SEC chair, such as someone like Hester Peirce, there is going to be absolutely nothing driving an appeal in the Ripple SEC case, and most importantly, there's going to be nothing from stopping Ripple from IPOing. Ripple is going to get a massive boost in their business if they do go IPO. They have already acknowledged that is what happened with Coinbase. Right now, the only thing holding Ripple back from an IPO is the Ripple SEC case and a hostile regulator in Gary Gensler. The good news is, though, SEC chairs do not last forever, administrations do not last forever, and it is very likely we are actually right around the corner from a new administration and Gary Gensler getting the boot from the SEC. In my eyes, these are very bullish scenarios. For one, a new administration being a lot more pro cryptocurrency, but also an administration that's not going to appeal the Ripple SEC case, because at the end of the day, no sane person would. The SEC has lost on every single aspect of this case. It's been an embarrassment for the agency. They are going after one of the most legitimate cryptocurrency companies out there. It makes absolutely no sense unless your goal is to crush crypto to appeal the Ripple SEC case. Bullish case case scenario is we do get a new administration, we get a new SEC chair, the Ripple SEC case doesn't get appealed, we move into a more pro-cryptocurrency environment, Ripple goes IPO in the United States and drives one of the highest valuations we have ever seen in an IPO. This would do tremendous things for the price of XRP because institutions, right, are going to be lining up their customers to not only buy the Ripple IPO, but XRP as well. Guys, I have a feeling this could all happen in 2025 to 2026 based on the new administration, based on Gary Gensler leaving. But in my eyes, no matter what, Ripple ends up IPOing in the United States because that's the financial hub of the world. I want to move on though and talk about price charts because guys, I think we're watching something very exciting taking place right now. So many people said when the Bitcoin ETFs went live, that was the top, that was right around there. So many people said that we are now going back to 13K. This is the crash. It was the top. Just run because essentially the bull market is over. And what we are seeing is prices have rebounded massively, exactly like we were talking about on this channel. On this channel, we understood a bunch of traders were front running the Bitcoin ETF news, pumped up the price, and essentially, right, they then dumped the price because they were just trading momentum. But us fundamental investors understood that the Bitcoin ETF was going to usher in long-term flows to this asset class that was going to make the price of these assets go up. And what we are seeing is that slow grind upward. Bitcoin is now recovered back to essentially where it was when the ETFs launched because institutions are piling into this asset class and evaporating Bitcoin off the spot market. This is what drives long-term price. It has nothing to do with speculation on the ETF. Guys, we are watching long-term institutional adoption take place, and that is going to usher in billions of dollars to this industry. It's because of that I am actually so positive on the XRP price chart right now. XRP is still within this massive symmetrical triangle pattern, but what we are finally seeing is a rebound. We are seeing XRP pull off the bottom here, and in my eyes, this is going to look absolutely fantastic if XRP can pull up to about the 60 cents to the 59 cent range. Right around there, XRP will be firmly back within this symmetrical triangle, and hopefully now putting pressure on the top of this triangle rather than the bottom and trying to break through. We're going to have to watch this closely. One of the things we know from watching this market so closely is that in order for XRP to make its big move, Bitcoin needs to be bullish. Typically, Bitcoin takes off, XRP lags, and then when everyone is getting nervous, everyone is shaken out, everyone is losing hope, XRP rips face. What we are seeing is XRP is doing exactly what we should expect. While Bitcoin is making its moves to the upside, while Bitcoin is breaking out and showing that the market is bullish, XRP is sitting back loading like a slingshot ready to take off. As this is very good news that XRP is bouncing here. Whenever XRP comes to this bottom support right here, right, we have to get a little nervous. We don't want to see XRP break down out of this thing. That would be kind of scary. But what we're seeing, right, is somehow these charts are just playing out like we expected. I really want to see XRP move back to the middle of this symmetrical triangle. I really want to see some kind of bullish announcement to break XRP out of this thing and really start moving to all-time new highs. Guys, there is one thing I am absolutely certain of. If Bitcoin starts making new all-time highs in 2024, XRP is going to be there. Every single time in every single bull market, Bitcoin pumped, XRP followed. It followed late. It wanted to shake people out. It wanted people to give up, but ultimately it followed, it ripped, and it melted face. We are waiting for XRP to make that move, but what I wanted to show you in this video is that we are finally finding that support at the bottom, and everything looks like exactly what we expected it to. The last thing I want to say before I close this video out is so many people hate waiting. So many people hate being patient. Guys, just be happy you had the opportunity to dollar cost average into a game-changing asset, because there's going to be people who just started buying XRP today. There's going to be people who just learned about XRP, who just started getting their purchases in, and they might just not have the amount of time you had to really build a position in this asset class. It might price them out instantly before they could ever build a real position. Just understand, sometimes those who are patient get rewarded the most. I have a feeling that's going to be us. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.